Alright, chat, welcome back for some more Nancy Drew. Today we're going to be playing The Curse of Blackmoor Manor. I hope you guys are excited. I am. This is probably one of my favorite games. So yeah, let's just get into it. I do have a hard out that I need to meet today, so hopefully if we stick to our... Oh, hang on. There we go. Hopefully, if we can stick to our average of 3 hours, we'll be good. Okay, got game audio. Looks like we're good. Alright, yeah, let's just get into it. Like I said, I'm gonna try to beat this one kind of quickly, so let's just get into it. I'll explain stuff as I need to as we go. Got my notes. I do have a bit of a snack. Having some pizza. Normally I would eat before I start, but you know, kind of rushing today. So let's go. New game.
Welcome
We're gonna
to
play
my latest case, The Curse of Blackmoor Manor. To start, choose Junior or Senior Detective. If you're new to adventure games or need some help, choose Gameplay Overview.
Thanks, Nancy. Let's do it.
Dear Ned, greetings from jolly old England. Although right now I'm not so sure about the jolly part. That's because I'm on my way to Blackmoor Manor, where the daughter of one of our neighbors is living. The daughter, whose name is Linda, recently married Hugh Pendleton, a British diplomat. Hugh travels a lot, so the only people at the manor with Linda are Hugh's aunt, Mrs. Drake, and Hugh's 12-year-old daughter, Jane. The thing is, ever since Linda moved into the manor, her health has gone downhill. She's practically bedridden, and no one seems to know why. Her mother is convinced something is terribly wrong and wants me to find out what. So here I am, about to be dropped off at a huge centuries-old mansion in the middle of a dark, foggy moor. I can't tell whether the butterflies in my stomach are because I'm excited or just a tad creeped out. Talk to you soon. I hope. Nancy.
Night, miss. Good luck.
Spit Bob. Cheerio. Okay. What should we be scared of, Nancy?
Nancy.
Pardon?
Who's there? Hello? There's something out there!
Where, child?
Over there! I mean, something was out there.
Come in. I'm Mrs. Drake. I take it you are Nancy Drew?
Yes, and I really did see something, Mrs. Drake. I heard something, too.
Oh, people are always seeing and hearing things on the moor at night, especially you Americans. Why don't you just go on up to your room? It's the one with the moon on the door.
I'd like to see Linda, if I
Excuse
could.
me?
I'm afraid Linda is, not quite ready to meet with you just now. But please, come see me after you've unpacked. I'll be in the conservatory.
All right, thank you.
Better get my playing hand ready. I'll use my other hand. Alright, so here's our room. Here's our first clue. This, I believe, translates to games without fun are not games. That's true. That's why I like playing Nancy Drew, is it's fun. Like you may say, oh yeah, it's just a bunch of doing chores and blah 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 blah, but it's also fun. That's what makes it a game, right? Alright, I still got my shadow range note sheet here. I can probably use this. I mean, there's only like a third of the page colored in, so I'm just gonna line that section off, and we'll just use the other half of this page for Blackmoor. How's that sound? Okay. So we want to look at that compass there. So in the center, we've got all black. North, all red. Right, we've got half circle red. Well, 3/4. On the left, we got 3/4 blue. And down, we got half circle green. That will be important later. All right. She's mom jeans. Classic. No task list for you. But that's where it would be if
Wonder what goes there.
indeed. Look down a second.
A tripod. For a camera, maybe?
Clearly Nancy's not picking up on the theme of this room. That is pretty cool. Although I hope, for Nancy's sake, that this clock has, like, because we just a couple seconds ago we heard a chime for 6, presumably. Hopefully, Nancy, it's a clock that doesn't go off in the dark, because otherwise she'll be woken up all during the night. Let's call a cook. You got pizza?
Boar's Head Pub, this is Tommy.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew.
Right. Nancy Drew, out at the old Blackmoor Manor, are you? Coo, you must be Hank Marvin up there. Pity about your kitchen, but we'll fix you up for some Vexin posh. Just tell me what you'd like.
Okay. What do you have?
We've got some loop-de-loop, bangers and mash, a real fine pinky and perky, and a delicious dog's eye, me fork and knife, just rubber-ducked.
Can you repeat that?
Hello?
Could you repeat that?
Sure, we've got some loop-de-loop, bangers and mash, pinky and perky, and a dog's eye, and they're all Robin Hood.
I'd like some pinky and perky, please.
Good choice. Uncle Fred and Johnny Rudder?
Okay.
All right, then. We'll come round and leave it at your Rory. Oh, and we've got no hot potato about, so it may take a bit, but we'll have it up to you in no time. Fish and taters.
Well, that was an interesting conversation. Yeah, this room is beautiful, isn't it? There's our delightful mural, just in time for the start of Gay Pride Month. I know Half Moon Joe, who's a LGBT streamer, he mentioned that he's like, yeah, that's definitely a gay mural if I've ever seen one. Thought that was pretty funny. Okay, we got this up here we can look at.
John Penvillin.
Little story about Frog and a princess and trying to cross the swamp to get to the screw that. And the main takeaway from this is crocodiles tend to hide in the middle of the pond and near trees, and they hate boats. That'll be a hint for a puzzle later on. Okay. I apologize for Kind of talking with my mouth full. Like I said, normally I would eat before I start streaming, but I was kind of in a rush today, so. We're eating on the go. Alright, so this we can actually solve right now. But first we need to figure out which symbols are for where. So we got a lion, a dragon, a lynx, and then on the back side we've got a hare and Pisces. Pisces. So let's look at our delightful star charts here. So Vernum, that would be spring. So that's the constellations in springtime. Solstitium, which I think is the longest day of the year in the summer. And then we've got the autumnalis, autumn. And then Bruma, which is the shortest day of the year. And this happens to be the one we need because it has the dragon, lion, lynx, Pisces, and the rabbit. You wask the rabbit. So the dragon is to the north. Lynx is in the middle. Leo's to the right. Rabbit to the south, and fish is to the left. So we combine that with the this thing that we saw earlier, and that gives us a solution to this. Okay. So lynx is in the middle. That one's just completely new moon. Dragon is all red. Lion is like so. Rabbit is half green. Pisces is just a tad missing blue.
Wonder what this is.
And there we go. First puzzle solved, and we haven't even left our room yet. How do you like that? Yep, so that's a thingy that goes on the end of a telescope. So we'll take that for later. But we can also open this with it.
Something fits in here, but what?
Surprise, surprise. Oh, did you see that? I think they added that since the last game. You can now open your inventory, click on an item, and it automatically closes your inventory. Before, I believe in the last game, Shadow Ranch, you had to pick up the item and then close the inventory, and then you could use it, but now it automatically does that, which is super nice. Wow, look at that. So these are a thing. Yeah, why stars seem to move. I think we just put them in the order here. So I'm just going to use my good old detective method of taking a picture with my phone rather than writing all this stuff down. I don't think it says... Yeah, there's not a listed order anywhere, right? Yeah, the only listed order is that order there on your phone. So, first we have Aries. Which is interesting because I think Aries is like March or something. I don't know why they wouldn't just start with January, but... And Taurus. Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, right? Yeah. Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, which I guess must be this one. Doesn't look quite like what they had, but then we have Aquarius, which is me, and Pisces. All right. That's 2 puzzles solved, and we haven't even left Nancy's room yet. We are on a roll, chat. So this is not going to be like a super speed run. We are still going to, you know, go and talk to the suspects and everything. And I do want to try to get a couple of the optional things. There are a couple of things that happen here in Nancy's room. A couple scary things. Which remind me, I could have had my little spooky counter up for this one. But, oh well. I'm not going to go messing around in OBS trying to set it up right now, because that would take too long.
Oh, Ethel, do I have to learn this?
Yes, I'm afraid you do.
Pizza break.
If I do, well, can we play a game?
Yes, but only in French.
Oh.
Oh, oui, oui. So, there's another puzzle we can do. That's A. Bling is B. Blooding is C. Y is D. Bang is E. And funny, we don't even use F and G. Steam and TikTok. Don't use TikTok, Nancy. You'll regret it. Okay. All right.
I need the key. The key fits, but it won't turn. I need to put some kind of grease in there first.
Come back later, please.
Very well. Hit him with that thinking emoji, Nancy.
Oh, forget it. Stay in Italy as long as you want, then. Some kind of husband you're proving to be. It's not all in my head. Don't bother.
Well, that sounded like fun. In usual Nancy fashion, let's just throw ourselves right into the middle of it.
Linda? Hi, it's me, Nancy Drew.
Nancy Drew, our friendly neighborhood detective. Well, welcome to Blackmoor Manor. I apologize for greeting you under such unusual circumstances.
So, how are you feeling?
How am I feeling? Well, I feel like... I feel like something really strange is happening.
Could you be more specific?
Could I be more specific? Ah, the ace detective is grilling me for details. I'm tired all the time, my mouth is dry, my vision is blurry, but that's not important. Here's what's important, Nancy. There are some doors that should never be opened. There are some doors that hold secrets which must never be known. That's everything you need to know. Now if...
Mummy, can I come in?
No, you're supposed to be in your lessons.
Lessons are over. I want to meet Nancy.
I said no, Jane.
Okay.
That was my stepdaughter. She can be such a pest sometimes. Anyway, I understand you feel an obligation to my mother, but trust me, there's nothing you can do. You're welcome to stay, but I strongly recommend that you go home as soon as possible.
Please, Linda, just tell me what's wrong. Linda? Okay, I'll let you rest. But I'll be back. I'm here for you if you need me. Hi, Linda. Linda? I'll be going now.
St. George killing a dragon. Cool painting. I wonder, why would Linda have paintings of her husband and her husband's ex-wife on her wall? What the heck? As we can actually see a picture of this lady in Jane's room, because that's Jane's actual mother. Linda is stepmother. Also, shout out to Jeff Ramsey of Achievement Hunter. Glad to see him make an appearance in this game. How's it going there, Jeff? Hang in there. Okay.
This must be Mrs. Drake's room. Guess she's not in her room. Oh, it's just a parrot.
Scared ya?
No, you didn't.
Did you? Did you?
What's your name?
Lolo, 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 Lolo.
Okay, I get the point. Lulu.
Lolo, 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 Lolo.
Do you by any chance know Latin?
Quiste rogabit, bene vidi vici, semper ubi sub ubi, morituri status.
I'll take that as a yes. Would you mind translating something for me?
Fire away.
Bruma?
The longest day of the year is solstitium, the summer solstice. The shortest day is Bruma, the winter solstice. Equinoctium vernum is a spring equinox. Equinoctium autumnalis is a fall equinox. Day equals night. Lulu's always right.
Bye, bird. I need the key.
Felicity, the door, the door! Who's the pretty bird in the mirror?
There goes my cell phone. Hello?
Hi, Nancy. It's Mrs. Petrov. How is everything? Have you seen Linda yet?
Yes, and I'm afraid she seemed really depressed.
I'm just about at my wit's end. I've never known her to act like this. The last doctor that examined her said that aside from a little dry skin, which is not unusual for her, she was perfectly fine.
Maybe she's just unhappy here.
I don't know why. I mean, she absolutely adores Hugh. She was thrilled when they got married and couldn't wait to start a new life with him and his daughter there in England. Something has changed her. Something in that house. Hugh is just as bewildered and upset by her behavior as I am. Please get to the bottom of this, Nancy. You're our last hope.
Where is Hugh?
He was called to Rome. As a diplomat, he's always being called out of the country without warning and without any say in the matter. He'd much rather be there with Linda, although...
He has a friend in Rome. He has a wife, you know.
Mrs. Petrov, are you there?
It's just that Hugh said it hasn't been very easy for him to talk to her lately. Whenever he calls, which is at least once a day, Linda always seems to fly off the handle for no reason, which doesn't make sense. Linda has always been extremely level-headed and even-tempered. She never gets angry. At least she didn't used to.
Well, you know, getting married and then moving literally halfway across the world.
Who exactly is Mrs. Drake?
It'll do that to you.
She's Hugh's aunt. She's taken care of Blackmoor Manor ever since her brother died. He was Hugh's father. She's a bit of a character.
I noticed.
The way she spends all her time in that conservatory, slouching around, trowel in hand, murmuring to herself. You'd think she was burying something. Or a body.
Oh, come on,
Goodbye,
Mrs.
Mrs.
Petrov. You
Petrov.
have an
Goodbye,
overactive
Nancy.
imagination.
Oh, one more thing. My niece is on call and her husband's out of town, and I told her I'd go over there and babysit if she had to work. So if you call and I don't answer, that's why. Bye.
Don't worry, Mrs. Petrov. That's probably the last time we'll ever talk to you in this game. Alright, let's go to the library, because there's a suspect we can talk to here.
Ah, yes. Are you here from the agency? It's about time.
Agency?
Oh, dear. You're not the typist from the spiffy specialty agency, are you? Well, how do you do? I'm Nigel Mukherjee.
Pleased to meet you. My name's Nancy Drew. Are you visiting Blackmoor Manor?
I'm researching the Penvillen family, and Mrs. Drake has graciously opened the library for me. Nothing much has been written about the Penvillens. Until now.
Sounds intriguing.
It might have something to do with their scandalous history. Or perhaps it has something to do with the family treasure.
Is that what you're going to write about?
I'm quite curious about their progenitor, Randolph the Red. He was a brilliant soldier in the 15th century. As a reward for his exemplary military service, he was given the land that surrounds this castle as well as the castle itself. Some say the source of his military strength was a strange stone. Of course, that's all legend, but it makes you wonder, doesn't it?
You said something before about a treasure?
For centuries, the Penvillens have been very secretive. Some believe they're protectors of a fabulous treasure, or of some dark secret. There are several skeletons rattling about in the Penvillen closet. Take, for example, Eleanor Penvillen, tried and convicted of witchcraft in 1650, quite the height of the witch trials here in Essex. It was rumored that Cromwell arranged the conviction.
Cromwell?
Oliver Cromwell? Ironsides? I suppose they don't teach history any longer in the US. Lady Penvillen was a rather vocal critic of Cromwell's policies and helped many of his enemies flee the country. Whether she actually was a practitioner of witchcraft is unknown, although many visitors to the manor during her tenure reported hearing strange, ghostly bells. Some even saw phantom hands floating about the manor, tolling their charmed chimes.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Farewell.
Okie dokie, let's look around.
Achoo!
Bude's the door off.
Spasiba.
Do you mind if I use this computer?
No, not at all. But it's very old. Feel free to use mine if I'm not here.
Okay, that's that cargo that we saw upstairs earlier.
All settled in? Good. I'm happy that you're visiting Linda, but I know how much you teenagers like your televisions and loud stereos, so I must insist that you act respectfully and civilly while you stay with us. Since my nephew Hugh is away on business, I am in charge of this household. And if there's one thing I cannot stand, it's noise. Hugh's daughter Jane is staying with us and would very much like to meet you, but please try not to distract her. She has her studies and mustn't be disturbed during her lessons.
Man, Mrs. Drake is just all in with the stereotypes, isn't she? I wanna see, like, what did Nancy look like coming up to the manor that would lead to Mrs. Drake to give the impression that Nancy was going to be watching TV and blasting her stereo. Like, was she hauling a huge boombox on her back or something, or is Mrs. Drake just projecting?
Is anyone else staying here?
We do not have any permanent house staff, if that's what you mean. The Penvillans have always been self-reliant. We get on quite well without being continuously mollycoddled by a squadron of insipid, gossiping ne'er-do-wells. Now, we do have 2 other house guests. Our Mr. Nigel Mukherjee, who is researching the Penvillan family history in the library, and Ethel Bossany, Jane's tutor.
Do you know what's wrong with Linda?
Oh, Linda simply needs some time to adjust to her new living situation. England is not the United States. We do things differently, or should I say properly, here. The doctor believes it's just a case of nerves.
Is that what you believe?
I don't know, and the doctors don't know. No one seems to know anything. All I've been told is that Linda is unwell, and that in her stead, I must look after matters. Now, please, I really do not have time to entertain you. You may have the run of the house, but do not break anything, and refrain from mucking about with items that aren't yours. 2 rules Jane seems incapable of following. And before I forget, our kitchen is being remodeled, so our dining situation is rather unorthodox. I've made arrangements with a local restaurant to deliver meals to us. There should be a programmed number for them on the phone in your room. Feel free to order whatever you'd like.
Mrs. Drake telling us not to muck around with things that don't belong to us. Meanwhile, I've already got a whole bunch of crap in my pockets that I found and just kind of pocketed. Clearly, she doesn't know Nancy very well.
I spoke with Mr. Tucker at the Boar's Head pub, but frankly, I'm not at all sure what he said.
Yes, his language is quite colourful, isn't it? He's Cockney, you see. My brother Alan and I loved to make up Cockney rhymes when we were young. We'd drive our governess quite batty. Haven't got a pot of glue, haven't got a pot of glue. Ha! How we teased her.
It's because glue rhymes with clue. Get it?
I'm concerned about that thing I saw outside.
It was purely your imagination, unless you saw a stray dog. But I will not countenance any histrionics about this issue. We have enough to worry about with Linda. And please do not get any ideas about going outside to investigate. I do not want you tracking mud all over this house.
Can you tell me about Lulu?
Lulu is a very old parrot. She must be over 80 years old. Please be very careful with her, especially if you feed her. Parrots have quite delicate constitutions, you know.
Goodbye.
The pleasure is all mine, child.
Alright, so that's Mrs. Drake.
Messing with her plants is probably not a good idea. A carnivorous plant. Cool. That's probably not a good idea.
You guys ready for our first game over? Hey, Rin. You're just in time to watch us plunge headfirst into a plant. Oh, Nancy. Don't ask me how you somehow did that. I agree. It is the best idea. Apparently, Mrs. Drake just stands there and watches.
Hungry? Who's ready for some nummies?
Did you say something, Mrs. Drake?
Not to you, dear.
Looks like John Penvillin may have developed some of the plants that are in here himself. This must be some kind of well, but where's the water?
Maybe if you yell for it, it'll appear, Nancy.
Hello? Doesn't work. Probably because the well's empty.
Yeah, so we've just been kind of going around to Rin, getting our bearings. We still haven't talked to everybody. We still need to talk to Ms. Jane. So let's go see if she's around. I don't even see what time it's in. It's 7:30. She's probably in her room. And once we've talked to her, that'll be everybody talked to.
Hi, you must be Nancy. I'm so pleased you're here. I'm Jane. I know you've come to visit my stepmom, but I'd love it if you could pop by whenever you get the chance. Oh, we'll have such fun. Let's play a game.
Not right now. Maybe later. I'd like to ask some questions first.
Sure, what do you want to know? About Mummy? I mean, Linda. I do hope you'll help. She's been a bit out of sorts lately.
When did she start getting sick?
I was playing in Mummy's room when she wasn't there, and when I looked up, there was a lady all dressed in black putting something on Mummy's nightstand.
The woman left something?
The lady put a note on Mummy's nightstand, but I didn't read it. That's when Mummy started feeling poorly. I don't want to think about that. Let's play a game. It will cheer me up.
Not right now, but maybe later.
You can come in anytime you want, even if I'm not here. I've got some really smashing things. I'm so happy you've come, Nancy. I hope you can make Mummy feel better. I totally love that show. Isn't Brady Armstrong so dreamy? Total hottie.
Oh, good old Brady Armstrong.
Looks like you're learning some interesting stuff.
Bet you wouldn't say that if you were the one who had to learn it.
Brigitte Penvelin, French, Latin, science, math, English, art projects.
You had a guinea pig?
Yes, but it died.
When?
I don't know. I'd really rather not think about it, all right?
If you don't want to think about it, why do you have a photo of it? Alright, chat. It's Easter egg time. We have to click on this pair of teeth exactly 10 times, I think. That we get an Easter egg. Yeah, F's in the chat for Hamsty the hamster. Halfway there, chat. One more, I think. There we go. Now, if we look at our inventory, ta-da! Easter egg. There's something cool we can do with that in a second.
That was written by Charles Penvelin way back in like the 1500s. When I read it, it seemed really familiar, you know?
Moon strength. Toast. Night. Charity. Angel. Geometer. Time. We have Folly and Dawn. Hey, Gordolf. Yeah, the Twitch app it's a bit of a thing. But I'm glad you're here. You're just in time. We've only been going for, like 45 minutes at this point, so. We just finished talking to our last suspect, so just kind of gotten our bearings. We did finish a couple puzzles, actually. We did both the puzzles in Nancy's room, which got us the moon and the telescope thing. We just got an Easter egg. So yeah, we're off to a pretty good start here. What else is in Jane's room? Yeah, here's her actual mother.
Who's this?
That's my mum, my real mum. She's an opera singer. It's not like she's famous or anything, but she does live in Paris.
What is this book?
Don't know, really. Ethel gave it to me. She said it belonged to my grandfather. Do you think Brady Armstrong is cute?
No, I think his hairline's receding, personally. A good source has told me that. Good one, Gardolf.
I used that to make cakes for Lulu the parrot. That's why the ingredients are so nasty. Like I would eat mealworms.
So, yeah.
Do you mind if I make something?
Go right ahead.
So this is how we make cakes for Lulu. Some of these things, though, you do not want to feed the bird, like Cocoa Kringle bars. I was like, why is it not going? Apparently you gotta hit the button. And let's see.
Nigel gave that to me when I was in the library once. I think he was hoping it would scare me, but it didn't. I'm too smart to believe in that sort of stuff.
You know, that is pretty tempting, Gordolf. Lulu is fairly annoying. But as I said at the start of the stream, we are trying to do a speedy playthrough because I have a hard out this afternoon, so. Introduction to runes. Do need to write a couple of these down. Alright. No, my heart's not going out. I have to be done by a certain time today, so we're trying to streamline things because this game is pretty puzzle heavy and it can take you a while if you don't know. So let's go.
That's my family tree. Ask me anything about anyone. Go on, ask me.
Odo, that's an odd name.
Yeah, he isn't very exciting, really. Like farming and cows. His son Milo is much more interesting.
Yeah, if we're lucky, we may hear Jane and Ethel actually singing the song sometime when we walk by. Let's see, where's our boy? What? Did I miss him? I guess I did. Where's my grandson, Nahum? Here we go.
Tell me about Jean.
Hello, it's pronounced Jean. He was killed by a boar on a hunting trip. They eat people's flesh, you know?
What?
No, I'm kidding. But he really did get killed by a boar. Serves him right, though, for hunting some poor little animal.
Classic Jean. Alright. Watch. I think it's this one. Watch this guy. You see that? You see that? It's haunted.
Oh, you startled me. You must be Nancy. I'm Jane's tutor, Ethel.
Nancy cleaning the poop out of her pants.
How do you do? Jane is very excited you're visiting. You're all she's talked about for the past week.
Wow, I feel so embarrassed. I didn't think I'd have a fan club all the way over here.
Yes, well, I'm sorry, but I'm in a bit of a rush. I need to go over some things with Jane.
Oh, I guess I'll be going then.
Just
It was a
sliding
pleasure
into my
meeting you, Nancy.
DMs.
Our paths will cross again, I'm sure.
What could she possibly be going over at 8 p.m.? They couldn't be up to some weird middle of the night bullcrap, could they? Nah. Okay, so what do we want to do next? Let's look at our inventory. Oh, that's right. I was gonna do the Easter egg thingy. You take this Easter egg and you come over to Nancy's phone.
That must be the food I ordered.
Ooh, muy muy. I'm forced to eat this right now. I can't save it for later. Okay.
Looks like Pinky and Perky is turkey. I knew that. This smells delicious.
Just gonna stick a piece of turkey in my pocket for, you know, some reason. Yeah, you should, Gordolph, sometime when you have time. I'd love to
And
see you play
Uncle
some.
Fred and Johnny Rudder are just plain old bread and butter.
Just gonna, again, stick some pats of butter in my pocket, because, you know, that's what Nancy do.
That was really good.
Alright. Come over here to our telephone. We'll click on the last button.
Oh, Susanna, don't you cry for me. I've come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. Dee-dee-dee-dee. Hello.
Well, that voice certainly sounded familiar, didn't it? Good old Shorty. Okay. Actually, I think there was something else we needed to talk to Jane about. Let me see if I can get back in here.
Come back later, please.
All right, Ethel. Well, since you're so insistent on staying in there, I'm just gonna lock you in there.
This'll loosen things up in there.
Giggity. Now we can get to this puzzle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, that's the correct number. Yeah, so no wonder there's a big dog following Nancy around. She's got a bunch of turkey in her pockets. Oh, Nancy. Okay. So we need to reorder these in the correct order. And strength. Then next is toast. And then night next. We got night. Oh, but that's not gonna work though, because if that one goes down here, then this one's gonna be stuck. So we actually need to do them. Well, that's gonna be tricky. No, that one's out of order. Dang it. Okay. Okay. So we got that one in there. Now let's rotate them all back. Okay. So Moon, Strength, Toast, Night. Then Charity. Angel. Geometry. Geometer. Time. Poly. Dawn. Okay, I think we're good. Right? Okay. Whew. I was a little worried there. But we did it, chat. Alright. Oh man, I want to leave them locked in, but whatever. Okay. So now we have 2 keys. I guess since we're here, let's just go to bed. Like I said, there are a couple things that happen at night while Nancy is sleeping, and I'm hoping to see most or all of those. So let's see if we can get them. It's usually when you sleep between like midnight and 6 a.m. Usually you'll wake up. So let's set our alarm for like... Let's 10, because like... Honestly, the afternoon is really the best time because Jane's in lessons until like 2, so if you need to talk to her, like, there's no point in being up in the morning. So let's see if anything happens tonight.
What is that?
Hello? Oh boy, 3 a.m.
Maybe I'd better have a look around. Who is that?
Hello?
I wonder if these are what made those red eyes I saw outside the night I arrived.
Well, that was interesting.
I'd better stay inside. If I track mud in the house, Mrs. Drake will kill me.
So that's actually 2 different things. The first one that can happen is the chanting waking you up, and then the second one is that mysterious figure in the hallway. I'm surprised that both of them triggered on the first night. But yeah, let's go back to bed. Finish sleeping. Because normally for the chanting, when you get up, Nancy's like, "Oh, I better look around," but you normally just look around and there's nothing there. So I was expecting nothing to be there, and I was surprised that there was also the other randomly triggered appearance that can happen.
What was that?
There's another randomly triggered event. Hello?
Scratch marks, like something was trying to get into my room.
You're right, Rin. It's the turkey in the pocket. Werewolf. Everybody always asks werewolf, but nobody ever asks how wolf. Okay, so what do we need to be working on right now?
What's that?
Hello again.
He was Randolph's grandson and the first initiate. Odo did not have the proper qualities for Randolph's instruction.
Because he was stupid.
No, Jane. It's because Randolph believed that the proper qualities skip every generation. We talked about that, remember?
I guess.
Milo was a great soldier, just like his grandfather. And with his grandfather's help, he was victorious at Caen.
That was a battle fought in 1417, during the 100 Years' War.
That's right.
It's also a battle fought during World War II.
The 100 Years' War lasted longer than 100 years, right? So why do they call it that? Why don't they call it the 116-year war, huh?
Oh my, look at the time. We need to go over your geometry. Please open your book to page 46 and read silently. I'm afraid we're busy.
I'm still here, Linda.
I'm sorry to bother you again, but Jane told me about the lady in black.
What lady in black? Jane never said anything to me about a lady in black. That kid is so weird. I just don't get her.
Did you receive a note or something that's upset you?
I did receive something. But it's none of your concern. You can't help me, and that's that. I'm sorry.
Linda, you have to give me a chance. Everyone is so worried about you. If you just tell me what's happened, maybe I could help. Linda, I made a promise to your mother and I plan to keep it. I'm here for you when you need me. Hi, Linda.
Nancy? I can't believe you're still here.
I
thought
just
for
talked to you
sure
2 seconds ago.
Maybe you can help me.
What did the lady in black leave for you on your nightstand?
All I know is I've awakened something in this house. Something that refuses to rest.
Refuses to rest?
One day after Hugh left for Rome, I inadvertently discovered a secret passageway. I started to explore it. And pretty soon, I found this really old-looking message etched into the wall. When I read it, I realized it was some kind of ancient curse. I tried to laugh it off, but it was kind of unnerving. So I went back to my room and found a note on my nightstand. And on it was written the exact same curse. That very night, I started to feel strange. The curse has been coming true ever since.
Where is the secret passageway?
I can't tell you that. I've already caused my own doom. I won't do the same to you.
Can you tell me what this curse said?
I burned it as soon as I read it. I don't know why I bothered telling you this. You can't do anything for me. I should have listened, but I didn't. And now what's done is done.
How well do you get along with Jane?
I've been giving it the old college try, believe me. But she can just be so strange sometimes.
How so?
She'll just do the oddest things. Like one night just after Hugh left, she came into my room and insisted I read a book to her.
That doesn't sound very odd to me.
The book was on monsters, vampires and werewolves and witches. I mean, what kind of little girl reads books like that? She fits right into this house, that's for sure.
I think you need to check yourself, Linda. There's nothing wrong with a little girl liking books about monsters and vampires.
I'll see you soon.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Hey, Jeff. Okay. I think we need to talk to Jane again, but we can't do that right now. Let's see if Mr. Mukherjee has anything new to say to us.
Hello, Nancy.
Who are all those paintings of in the Great Hall?
Those are the Penvillans who owned Blackmoor Manor at one time or another.
Have you seen any ruins anywhere in the manor?
You mean like Norse runes? No, I haven't. I don't really know much about them anyway. Dead languages aren't really my bag, you know.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Farewell.
And it's kind of funny because Nigel says dead languages aren't aren't really his thing, but one of the greetings he can, or like when you say, I'll let you get back to work, sometimes he says vale, which is Latin, which is a dead language. Way to contradict yourself, Nigel. Let's talk to Mrs. D.
Yes?
The picture book in Jane's room. Do you know much about its history?
My brother Alan found it somewhere in the house. He was quite fascinated by it, but he'd never let me look at it.
This conservatory is very beautiful. But why isn't there any water in the well?
I'm not quite sure. We never really used it, but it was always full of water. That is until my brother died. And then it just dried up. Most of these plants were brought over by my grandfather. He was quite the adventurer. I remember when he brought back Lulu from the Amazon. At first, Mother wouldn't allow us to play with it because it had picked up too many unsuitable words from sailors. But it gradually learned proper manners.
Do you believe that Blackmoor Manor
Classic
is haunted?
sailors.
No, of course not. I've lived here for many, many years, and I can tell you without a doubt that absolutely no ghosts walk these halls. An occasional odd creak here and there, yes, but no ghosts.
Goodbye.
Run along.
Alright. Well, now let's go and talk to Jane by making it later in the day.
Nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont.
Again.
Nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont.
French? Two, I think, is when her lessons get out. Excuse me, please. Alright, Jane.
Hi, Nancy.
Have you ever seen these before?
No, what are they?
I was hoping you could tell me. I found them in the hallway.
I've never seen those before in my life.
Do you know of any secret passageways in the manor?
I found one, but all it did was lead to this funny picture.
Do you think you could show me where the passageway is?
Wouldn't you rather play a game with me? I'm so bored.
If I play a game with you, will you tell me where the secret passageway is?
Okay. I got this at this really neat museum in the States. It's supposed to be an original Maya game, but don't worry. You don't have to, like, kill people or take their hearts out or anything.
Finish her.
It's really easy to play. You roll the corn and move your warrior the number of
Yes,
dots
I
on the
know how to
corn.
play both,
If no dots, then you get to move
unfortunately.
5 spaces. You get 2 turns, but you can pass on your second turn. You just keep on going down this track, and you can capture my person if you land on him. Whoever gets all the warriors wins. I'll be blue. Here we go.
Yo, listen up.
You can go.
Pass.
I pass.
Your turn.
Come on, one. Dang.
You can go.
Pass.
I pass.
Your turn.
And here we are back at the beginning. It's one thing I don't like about this game
I
is
pass.
it's just a lot of basically random luck.
Your turn.
Come on, one. Dang it.
Your turn.
Your turn.
Two, 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 two. One, one, one.
You
Come
can
on.
go.
Well, there's not really any
Pass.
skill involved. I mean, there's a little bit of skill of like learning when
I
to
pass.
go and when to pass, but
Pass.
even if you do it at the right times, it's still like,
You can go.
ah, of
Sorry.
course. I'll keep going. It'd probably
You can
be better
go.
to just back out and try again at this point, but
Pass.
You can go.
yeah.
Another warrior bites the...
Let's play another time.
Get me
Too
outta here.
bad. You lose. Do you want to play again?
Have you ever seen anything strange outside?
Once I saw my Uncle Roger's toupee fly off during a windstorm. Talk about freaky.
I mean, have you seen a strange animal outside?
No, but I have heard weird noises like this. howling. But not like a dog howling, more like something human. I don't want to think about that. It's scary enough having to live in this gloomy place.
Jane, did there used to be a telescope in my room?
Mm-hmm. I took it outside to look at the stars. But if you want it back, you'll have to play a game with me.
I knew you were going to say that. Okay, what's the game?
Let's see how quick your reflexes are. I'll time you. If you get the puzzle done in time, I'll return the telescope. If not, then you'll have to try again. On your mark, get set, go! Five minutes.
There we go. I'm like, why is that not sticking? If you play this puzzle on Junior, you don't have to rotate the pieces. But we are senior detectives.
Four minutes.
There.
You won. Good show. I'll put the telescope back in your room first chance I get.
Do you think there's a treasure hidden around here?
I highly doubt it. I mean, if there were, wouldn't someone have already found it? When I asked Ethel about it, she said that it's the Penvillin name and heritage that should be treasured.
Ugh. The lady in black you saw in Linda's room, did she look like anyone you know?
Like I said before, I couldn't really see her face, but she was kind of dressed like the lady in the Great Hall.
Which lady?
Eleanor. I know it sounds weird. That's why I didn't want to tell anyone. It's too creepy. Sometimes I wonder if I just dreamed it all up. Mrs. Drake is always saying I have a rampant imagination.
Have you ever heard anything strange at night that sounds like chanting?
No.
No.
Do you know what the password is for the computer in the library?
Yes, but I won't tell. Not unless you beat me at Skull and Bones. My friend Hulga bought this for me. It's like Go Fish, but you have to collect 3 of a kind of weird things like zombies and ghosts. You go first.
Alright, we'll give this a try.
Do you have any ghosts?
Here you go.
That's a match.
Hey.
Do you have any tombstones?
Here you go.
Do you have any bats?
Go dig. Do you have any coffins?
Afraid not. Do you have any zombies?
Nada. Do you have any skulls?
Get out your shovel. Do you have any coffins?
Here you go.
Do you have any bats?
Go dig. Your witches, please?
All yours.
Your witches, please?
Sorry. Do you have any bones?
Go dig. Your witches, please?
Sorry. Do you have any spiders?
Go dig. Any bats?
All yours.
Your witches, please?
Afraid not. Do you have any coffins?
Go dig. Do you have any zombies?
All yours. A match? You're doing great.
Your witches,
For sure.
please?
No,
All
not
yours.
the witches.
You got a match. Good for you.
Any haunted houses?
You're going to have to go dig. A match? You're doing great. Do you have any spiders?
Dig. Any haunted houses?
All yours.
Any haunted houses?
You're going to have to go dig. Do you have any bones?
Here you go.
Do you have any tombstones?
Nada.
I got a match.
Do you have any skulls?
Get out your shovel. Do you have any spiders?
Go dig. Do you have any skulls?
You're going to have to go dig. You got a match. Good for you. Do you have any haunted houses?
Here you go.
Yes.
I got a match.
Correct.
Do you have any bones?
Here you go.
That's a match.
Yes, I have quite a few bones,
Do
actually.
you have any tombstones?
Sorry.
I got a match.
Do you have any spiders?
I win.
Hell yeah.
You won. Good job. Okay, the password for my grandfather's computer is on his coat of arms, plain as day.
Thank you. Let's give Bull a
Let's
try,
play that
'cause
bull game.
Cool.
unfortunately,
I'll be blue. Here we go.
the password one, we can just go and type
You
it
can
in
go.
without having to have her tell us, and it'll still let us in. But this
You can
game,
go.
I don't think it'll... Yeah, I don't think...
Rats.
Thank you. Can I, like, save in the middle of this? We're gonna try that. Save's coming for the win, chat. Yeah, this game, I mean, I don't think you can find the passage
You can go.
without her telling you where it is.
Your turn.
Your turn.
Pass.
I pass.
Your turn.
You can go.
Your turn. Rats.
Yeah. We're doing it, chat. Excuse me.
You can go.
Pass.
I pass.
Your turn.
Your turn.
Pass.
You can go.
Your turn.
Your turn.
Pass.
You can go.
Pass.
I pass.
You can go.
You can go.
Pass.
I pass.
You can go.
Come on, one.
Your turn.
Pass.
I pass.
You can go.
Gotcha.
Yes. Alright, one more chat and then we're done.
You can go.
You can go.
So close.
Your turn.
Pass.
You can go.
You can go.
So close.
Your turn.
Pass. Oh
Yeah.
no, no fair. Okay, I
Clean
found the
sweep.
secret passageway in the East Hall. That's the hall with the coat of arms on the door. But it's not a very exciting secret passageway. You're going to be totally bored. Wouldn't you rather play a game with me instead?
The East Hall is locked. Do you know how I can get in it?
My great-aunt took the key. She probably thought I'd break something in there. But I found another one. Here, you can keep it if you want.
I should get going.
Come back soon.
Alright, chat. Let's go check out that East Hall, huh? And
Felicity,
where is
the
Lulu?
door! The door! Pay no attention to the bird behind the curtain.
Shout out to Wizard of Oz.
The hands move.
They sure do, Nancy.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Okay, what else can we do? Oh, that's right. We can't solve this puzzle already. I'm stupid.
Pay no attention to the bird behind the curtain.
So, this is our guide for... Well, actually... I'm just going to take a picture of this rather than trying to write down. So, the items on this are pointing in certain directions. So, that's the direction, and we need to point these hands. That scares me. All right, let's check out this secret
If I
passageway.
want to look around in there, I'm going to need a flashlight.
Felicity, the door! The door!
So, did you find what you were looking for in that secret passageway?
Let's just say you live in a very interesting house.
I don't want to hear. It's so scary to think people can be looking about behind these walls. But you shouldn't tell anyone about them either. If you do, they'll probably close them off and say they're too dangerous.
Do you have a flashlight?
A flashlight? Oh, Nancy, flashlight is an American term. In the UK, we call it a torch. I don't have one, but I do have a whole bunch of glow sticks. If you want one, you have to play a game with me. That's the rule. This is a game I bought in Arizona. You have to make as many matches as possible. On your mark, get set, go!
There we go.
Woohoo! Here's your glow stick. If this one goes out, I'll let you play for another one.
I should get going.
Ta-ta!
Felicity, the door!
All right. I believe we are timed. I think that's how these glow sticks work, is they go for a certain amount of usage time. So we want to be rather speedy while we're down here. If we're very lucky.
That doesn't look like a curse. Barber, and a picture of a parrot. I wonder if Lulu has something to do with this.
So unfortunately for this first one, we are not allowed to guess. We have to go talk to Lulu, which sucks. Jamal's talking to Lulu, and I think we have to go talk to Mrs. Drake as well. Hey, Bert.
Does the word barber mean anything to you?
What's the magic word?
I have no idea.
Lulu, what magic word? Magic word, magic word, magic word. A deal's a deal.
The word annoying comes to mind.
Ding! Sorry, that is incorrect. Magic word, magic word, magic word. A deal's a deal.
Okay. I guess I'll go try to figure out what the magic word is.
Cheerio.
So for this, we need to go talk to Mrs. Drake.
Yes?
Do you know anything about Lulu's magic word?
Magic word? Oh, yes. You see, my brother and grandfather would play a word game with Lulu. I never understood how it was played, but they'd play for hours. Lulu would sometimes grow sullen and refuse to play the game anymore unless they told her that... Oh, what was it that they'd have to tell her? It's perched on the tip of my tongue. Ah, they had to tell Lulu that she was a very, very clever and beautiful bird.
Goodbye.
The pleasure is all mine, child.
Oops.
Top of the morning to you, matey.
I know the magic word.
Magic word, magic word. What's the magic word?
Lulu is a very, very clever and beautiful bird.
Clever and beautiful. How true, clever and beautiful.
Easy, Lulu. You're hurting my ears.
So, what's your word?
Barber.
Leech.
Bye, bird.
Bye-bye.
Fun fact, Lulu is voiced by the same voice actress that voices Nancy. Alright, let's go. So this puzzle just uses common word association, so we can just guess, because, well, I know what the other words are. Alright, and that's the end of that puzzle. Normally you would have to go back and forth to Lulu a frickin' million times, which, yeah, we're not doing that. We're not on a time limit here, Nancy.
It looks like the rest of this grid is on the other side of the wall.
Okay, so that's half of the puzzle. Now we need to find out the other half, so we gotta go back to Linda, who will tell us about how to get to the other passage. Not intentionally, she kind of unwittingly tells us how to get to the other half.
This gave me such a fright. What were you doing in there?
I found a secret passage off of the East Hall.
So I suspected. These old homes usually have a secret passageway or two. But I must insist that you no longer play in these areas. They can be extremely dangerous.
But I'm curious about where they lead.
Well, we wouldn't want you to end up like the proverbial cat, would we, Nancy? Please heed my warning. It would be terrible if something happened to you.
Have you ever heard the legend about the Beast of Blackmoor?
Of course. Everyone who grows up in these parts knows it. But it's just a myth. One that unfortunately proved to be quite damaging to the Penvillans.
Damaging to the Penvillans?
Well, yes. Eleanor Penvillin was executed because the villagers believed that she had created the beast. Things cannot get much more damaging than that.
Do you know much about the Penvillin family history?
Only that they were a very well-respected and talented family. Many of my ancestors were tutors of some of the Penvillins, and I feel very honored to continue that tradition.
What you're teaching Jane looks pretty rigorous, but interesting.
I believe young people need to have a well-rounded education and learn what every other Penvillin should know.
Have you seen the book in Jane's room called the Mutus Liber?
Yes, the silent book. It's quite fascinating and very old. Jane's grandfather left it with me to give to her.
It almost seems as if it's telling some kind of story.
Yes, but a long-lost story whose meaning will probably never be understood.
Well, I won't keep you any longer.
Goodbye, Nancy.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Linda, I found the secret passageway. Jane told me where it is, but I didn't see any curse in there.
How could you have missed it? It was right there, just waiting to be found. Wanting to be found. I can't believe how foolish I was. That stupid gargoyle. I hated how its evil eyes would stare at me whenever I walked to my room. So I moved it around, changed its position, kept fiddling with it. But when that secret door suddenly opened, I couldn't resist going in there.
Which gargoyle is this?
What do you mean, which gargoyle? I thought you said you found the secret passageway.
So there's more than one. Linda, I think someone's trying to scare you off. I think they thought you were getting too close to something that's hidden in this house.
You're right. I did get too close to something. That witch that was burned at the stake. She's cursed me, and she's probably cursed you too.
I'll see you soon.
I hope so.
There's Mr. Jeff. Okay, we need to talk to Nigel next.
Hello, Nancy.
What do you think of Ethel Bosany?
I think she's an odd lot, that one. She has no formal background in pedagogy or scholarship. I would be a much better influence on Jane were I her tutor, but Mrs. Drake insists on employing Ethel.
You mentioned some kind of scandal with the Penvillin family?
Well, having a family member burned as a witch can hardly be considered a mark of pride, I dare say. And then there's the whole business with the Blackmoor beast.
Blackmoor beast?
It's a story that's been told for generations out here. During the 1600s, many of the villagers reported seeing a strange beast with red eyes and giant fangs prowling the moors. They asked the mistress of Blackmoor Manor, Eleanor Penvillin, to put a bounty on the beast's head. But, oddly enough, she not only refused, she forbade anyone from hunting the creature. It was rumored that the beast was Eleanor's husband, whom she had cursed for finding out too much about the Penvillin secret.
When I was walking up to the house, I saw something with red eyes that called out to me.
Really? How extraordinary. Are you sure it wasn't just jet lag?
Positive, and I heard it make this kind of growling sound.
Perhaps it was the cursed husband of Eleanor Penvillin, prowling about the moors in search of lost Yanks.
Very funny. I'll let you get back to your work.
Valet!
Yeah, Mr. doesn't know Latin. Okay, how can I get this? Do I have to go upstairs and look at this one first?
I'll bet that there's gotta be an something tells me I better not.
There's
gotta be an easier way to figure this out.
It's an impressive ability of talking over yourself there, Nancy. Okay, now I look at that guy. Now let's go talk to Nigel again.
Hello, Nancy.
Who is the man in the Great Hall with the gargoyle?
That's Corbin Penvelin, born in 1670 and died in 1741, I believe. He was Eleanor's grandson and spent his life in France. It was rumored that he secretly returned to Blackmoor to continue his grandmother's experiments in the mystical arts.
Where can I find his coat of arms?
I didn't realize you were so interested in Penvelin history. I'd be happy to show you his coat of arms, but I'm in dire need of a typist. Perhaps, if you can help me out, I can find that which you seek.
It's a deal. What do you want me to do?
Perhaps first we should see how fast you type. This program will rate your speed. Just type the characters that appear on the screen. If you're good enough, I'll let you type up my memoirs, and then I'll let you see the coat of arms.
Oh boy, here we go. Yeah, capitalize, what?
What? That's terrible! My pet chinchilla could do better than that. Hello, Nancy.
May I try that typing test again?
Certainly.
Not great.
Better luck next time.
Well, I'm gonna just snoop through your notes anyway. There's a bunch of hints on puzzles and stuff. And your emails. Ah, he's not there. Ah, he's there. Okay, well. Fortunately for him, there's a way around this. I think you can just...
There's gotta be an easier way to figure this out.
Nope. Apparently we have to do that. Okay, I guess we're gonna keep trying this until we get it, because Nancy's not just gonna let us do it.
Hello, Nancy.
Your memoirs were quite intriguing. Will they be published soon?
Well, no. But I figure that I might as well get them out of the way so that once I do become famous, they'll be ready.
How will you become famous?
Once I write my book on the Penvelins, it's sure to be a bestseller. Especially if I get some good press on it.
May I try that typing test again?
Certainly.
Apparently just mashing buttons on the keyboard is a much more efficient strategy. I'm already doing way better than if I was just looking at it. Luckily there's no penalty for wrong letters. Oh, this is way better, chat. Why didn't I think of this? Dang, nailed it.
Excellent score. Now, here's what I'd like you to type up. These are my memoirs. I think you'll find them quite interesting.
Yeah, that is an excellent question. Who has a picture of themselves as their desktop
These are the
background?
most boring memoirs I've ever read in my life. Phew, done. Finally. I feel like I've been typing forever. Nigel! Nigel!
Thanks so much for your work. Here's a picture. Okay. Alright. Well, it's now 3 in the morning, so let's go back to bed.
No key without toil, no fire without oil. No key without toil, no fire without oil. No key without toil, no fire without oil. No key without
What are they doing?
No fire without oil.
Oh yeah, my actions ensure that my name will endure to the end. Penbelen.
That was a little creepy.
I did it perfect that time, didn't I? Well, almost perfect.
You did very well. But remember, this must remain a secret. Do not discuss it with anyone.
Yes, Ethel.
And don't forget, you have a maths exam tomorrow.
Yes, Ethel.
And be sure to brush your teeth.
Yes, Ethel. Good night.
Interesting. Alright. Alright, secret passage time. Let's go. Wow, we're in here. Ooh, a peephole. What prey does it peep upon? Shall I peep? Ooh la la, I do believe I'll peep.
I can see into Linda's room.
Too spooky.
Only the blameless shall pass here. All others shall transform into beasts. Tooth and nail shall grow long, and hair shall turn coarse, till their aspect be as loathsome as their cold hearts.
Okay, so this is where we put in the name Eleanor. L. I. N. O. R. Alright, so now hopefully if we did everything correctly, we can finish up this part as well before our first glow stick runs out. No, we missed it. So let's go back to the other side and finish the last part. And we'll finish exploring down here once we've done that. So like I said, we are timed on how long these glow sticks last.
Pay no attention to the bird behind the curtain.
Speed run, let's go. So which one was it?
Where is Lulu?
Wow, looks like I won't be needing any more of Jane's glow sticks.
Okay.
This is not the right time.
I hate to say it, Nancy, but if you're holding a rock that's emitting that much light, it's probably emitting other types of non-visible radiation as well. Okay, so now we've got the the glow stick, excuse me, or the glowing rock rather. So now we can take our time down here. First, there's this side passage, which let's go over here. Now, I never realized this, but there's this puzzle here you can do. But before you do the puzzle, you can go in here and actually look inside the well, which only a couple
I'm at the
people.
bottom of the well.
Only a couple people that I've seen actually make it in here. And there's this little clue you can find here. Is my dear little Jane, just a quick note, enclosed is what you requested. I hope it will help you, guinea pig. It certainly helped me. All the best, Uncle Roger. So this is a note that apparently Jane received from her Uncle Roger. It's implied that he sent her some of his hair pills. Because if you remember, she said her Uncle Roger wears a toupee. So he probably has hair issues, so that's a clue for later. So, yeah, you can totally skip it if you click on the puzzle before you click on the door handle. Because once we finish this puzzle...
This reminds me of that picture I saw in the Mutus Liber. I'm supposed to press the button under the blue triangles I want to move, then press the one under the group I want to move them to, until I wind up with a group of just 4 triangles.
Okay, so let's see. There we go. No, I'm not sure what...
If I open the door now, I'll flood the place. If I open the door now, I'll flood the place. If I open the door now, I'll flood the place.
Live a little, Nancy. It's kind of implied that I think she was like, hey, Uncle Roger, my hamster's losing its hair. Will you send me some of your hair pills? And that's how she got them. But I think it probably just...
I can see into the library.
It probably just died of something unrelated.
Huh? The statue, it's moving. No!
That ass. Okay, let's try that. Well, actually, let's... Okay. So we click the first finger. Now let's... No. Wrong way, Nancy. Turn around. Oop, not that way. We want to go... R2, we need to be going up, not down. Shit. Yeah, this is the part of the game where the puzzles start getting long. Some of them You just kind of gotta try stuff. So it wasn't the first one. Let's try this one. No fire jokes. Did I say anything? He's trying. I didn't say anything. Hey, there we go. Alright. So now we have 1, 2, 3 of the keys. Oh, while we're here and while it's late at night, let's try this. So first we gotta... So this is where we find the password is over here. Pergamentum exit. That's her granddad, Alan.
I wonder who Alan is.
Welcome, my adventurous friend. Don't tell my sister, but there are ghosts in Blackmoor Manor. 13 of them to be exact. The problem is they're very shy, so they only come out when it's very late at night, usually just after midnight. And even then they only show up in quiet places, like the Great Hall, and the hallways and the conservatory. What's worse, they'll only come out for a very short period of time. But if you can find and touch all 13 ghosts in the time you're allotted, come back here and I'll give you a prize, one which I guarantee you'll enjoy. So who's ready to go on a ghost hunt? Remember, you mustn't waste any time. Our little chums won't stay visible for long. So, on your mark, get set, go!
Got one. Three down, 10 to go.
Five. Six. Seven. 8. 9.
10 down, 3 to go.
Please, just take it away.
But how can you expect to
Not
feel
right
better
now.
if you don't eat properly?
Come
From
on.
now on, just bring me what I ask for.
A healthy
I'm
digestive
in the middle of
system
something
cannot
here.
do
Come
without
on.
lunch, you know.
Yes, Mr. Drake.
This better not cost me the game, or I will be slightly annoyed.
Interesting.
Pay no attention to the bird behind the curtain. Who's the pretty bird in the mirror? Felicity! The door! The door! The time has come for closing.
There, ghost number 13.
Okay, I think we did chat. We'll go back and look at that in a second.
Congratulations, you're one of the few
Yeah,
people
we
who
did
have
it, chat.
seen the 13 ghosts of Blackmoor Manor. As a reward, I'm going to let you in on a little secret.
We're facing the green dragon. Look to the left, pull below the vase with the tree.
But a word to the wise, if you're wearing a hat, hang on to it, have fun.
Blimey. Thanks, Alan. Also, what was Mrs. Drake doing up at frickin' 4 in the morning?
Mrs. Drake, is that you? Hello? Mrs. Drake? Are you in there? Mrs. Drake?
I didn't arrange for you to visit Blackmoor Manor so you could spend your time scaring the wits out of elderly women.
But I really had no idea Mrs. Drake would react like that. I mean, all I did was knock on her door.
It was the dead of night. What on earth were you expecting? For her to get up and have tea with you?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Petrov. I guess I wasn't thinking.
Well, unfortunately, what's done is done, and there's nothing more to be said. Well, there's one more thing.
I'm fired.
Bingo.
Mrs. Drake, is that you?
Who's the pretty bird in the mirror?
Okay, let's go see what Mrs. Drake.
Looks like some sort of charm.
Charming.
She's probably sleeping.
I just heard both of them up talking, though. Okay, so that was that puzzle. Oh, yeah, right. Well, let's go follow up on that clue, obviously.
Pay no attention to the bird behind the...
So stand left, flower with face. Oh, boy. Whee! Interesting. Ah!
Guess I should explain.
I see you did not heed my warning. I realize you're a very curious young woman, but know this. These passageways can only lead to misfortune for the uninitiated, and I am not only speaking of physical peril.
You seem to know an awful lot about these passageways. Why is that?
Nancy, I know you're a good person and mean well, and I understand you feel compelled to discover what is happening to Linda. But I also have certain duties which may conflict with yours. I will not interfere as long as I am prohibited from doing so, but know that the instant I receive the word, you will no longer be welcomed in Blackmoor. Good day.
Well, wasn't that fun?
Wonder what happened in there.
Stay out of the kitchen until the fire damage is repaired. So here's a, I'm gonna save. There's potential for a soft lock here. You can actually pick this ball up, and then from this screen, if you back up without picking up the ball's gone, but it's also not in your inventory, so you can screw your own game up if you don't pick up the ball right there. Something I learned from the Argolfump in his speedruns.
It stopped working.
So we're gonna talk to Mrs. Drake about that. It's funny that it's like the middle of the night here, and yet we still run into people everywhere. Oh, right. The ball. Gotta go this way.
The winner is look.
Right, Nancy, here we go.
Whee!
What? Stupid. There we go. Hell yeah. Alright. Oh, another thing we can do that doesn't require talking to people. We can go do the water puzzle now that the water's turned on. Because of that thing we did under. Yeah! Okay, so if you remember, the water fairy said the crocodiles like the open water and spaces in front of trees, and they hate boats. Fun fact though, this puzzle is completely
a game based on
random.
that children's book John Penbollen wrote.
apparently there's like probably 3 or 4 or something out, some number of alligators, and it's just completely random where they are every time. Yeah. So that clue is supposed to give you, puzzle is supposed to give you, or the book rather is supposed to give you, it's supposed to give you a hint, but really, honestly, it's just RNG. Oh, come on, I was right there. Hope you don't get tired of hearing that noise, chat. You can try to go like down the side or something, but yay! Thank you. Okay, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's see, which ones are we missing? Or 5, sorry, because we have this one. So the only one we're missing. Yeah. So now we need to talk to Mrs. Drake. But while we're here at nighttime, let's look at this.
Hey! Maybe I should try feeding it something.
Like a pizza turkey. Yes. Mrs. Drake. Inheritance. So basically what that's saying is if Linda doesn't stay here at Blackmoor for 6 months after marrying Hugh, her half of the inheritance goes back to the next heir, which is Mrs. Drake. So that's motive for Mrs. Drake to be scaring Linda away. Let's go to bed and see if anything happens. If it doesn't, I might actually just try sleeping again, because I want to get some sleeping. There's one more really cool sequence we can get. And let's just go to, like I said, there's not really any point in waking up in the morning because Jane's unavailable, so you might as well just sleep until afternoon. Okay, I'm trying to get another sequence. I think it has to be. Let's see if we make it late and then try sleeping. Let's go sleep until like 10 and then go to sleep. Spooky. Now if we go to sleep and try to sleep through the night. Here we go. Scariest scene in any Nancy Drew game. Anybody ever play the game Layers of Fear? Yeah. Good old 3:15 a.m. Yeah, that's why I consider this game the scariest Nancy Drew game, because Nancy is literally so freaked out by stuff that's happening that she has a literal nightmare. That's spooky. Okay, now let's finish sleeping. Yeah, Mrs. Drake.
Have you seen? The well is filled up again. It's very curious, but quite wonderful.
I'd like to play the card machine in the Great Hall, but it's broken.
It's not broken. I removed its crank, as it was proving to be too much of a distraction for Jane. I suppose I could see where it's gone to. But in the meantime, be a dear and do something for me, would you?
Sure.
Do you see that hodgepodge of plants over there? They're my prize seedlings. I had them perfectly arranged in that box, so I could easily move them about to catch the light. Unfortunately, Jane took all of them out when I wasn't looking. And now for the life of me, I cannot get them back in the box, so that they all fit. Why don't you give it a try while I see about that crank? If we both succeed, we shall both be happy, if you catch my meaning. Remember, they must all fit in that box!
Drowsy medication.
There. Smells like oil.
Not Nancy just randomly sniffing the floor for no reason.
Yes?
Why did you put that charm above Linda's door?
What? I fail to see why that is any of your concern. But if you must know, I was only trying to help Linda. Oh, I am at a loss as to what to do about her. A complete loss. Sometimes extraordinary situations require extraordinary measures. I thought that perhaps a charm would help. Whatever it is that's plaguing that poor thing.
I managed to get all those seedlings back in the box.
Wonderful. And I managed to find that crank. There you go.
Great, thank you. I think Ethel is trying to recruit Jane into some kind of secret society.
Oh, for heaven's sake, child. Where did you ever get such nonsense?
I saw Ethel and Jane performing this ritual in the Great Hall in the middle of the night.
Poppycock! A ritual in the middle of the night? Young lady, I will not abide such wild stories. Imagine Ethel Bossany recruiting my grandniece into some kind of secret society. Next thing you'll be saying Linda has been cursed by some roving spirit, or that we have ghosts prowling about.
Right. Well, I'm sorry for bothering you.
The pleasure is all mine, child.
Okay. So now we can go get the last key. Excuse me? And surprise, surprise, we gotta play more Go Fish. But before we do that, we have to go to our room and find a secret passcode. That must be the telescope I ordered. Wow. If we put the secret viewfinder on it, what? They're symbols. Okay. So first we have tragedy. Then we have parrot. Then we have liar. Then we have flutes, I guess, and then we have comedy. Okay. So if we put those symbols in to Betty, she will
Those symbols look familiar.
Mm-hmm. Tragedy, parrot, liar, flute, comedy. If you beat me,
Maybe she'll give that to me if I win.
I will give you that. Alright, do you have any birds? Nope. Dang it. Okay. Nope, don't have any picks. Do you have any liars? Nope. Really wants those horses. Do you have any columns? She does. Just one? Okay. What about world? Nope. Oh, dang it. And the parents. Columns? Nope. Yeah, give me those masks. Damn it. Yes. Damn it. No. Come on. I think I've lost. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She got 6 now. Start that one.
fun. All right, Betty, pay up.
Thank goodness it gives ties to you, because otherwise, yeah. Alright, but now we have all 6 keys. So, let's see, what we can do is... I don't think we can do this puzzle. Well, I guess we can.
You're gonna need a bigger bowl.
This wand probably works through magnets. Whee! Well, that didn't do anything. Looks like a piece is missing. Looks like a piece is missing. Looks like a piece is missing. Sounds like I did something right.
Okay, now let's finish exploring down here.
Oh my gosh, the room is moving.
Wow. Oh, this looks perfectly safe.
The floor's buckling.
Rip.
Weird symbols. Maybe knowing what that snake symbol means will help me figure out what the others mean.
Hey, Shinkiro. Glad you could stop by. We're in the middle of a Nancy Drew game, trying to figure out what the heck is going on in this manor. What time is it?
Ah, there you are. I'm sorry to inform you that I shall soon be leaving Blackmoor. I just have a few things to take care of, and then I shall bid you adieu.
Why? Where are you going?
I have good reason to believe this place is genuinely haunted. There's no way I'm staying here 1 minute longer than I have to. Thankfully, I've finished most of my research and have enough to start my book.
Do you know what the symbol of a snake eating its tail signifies?
The Ouroboros? It's a very old image and is usually associated with alchemy. You really do come up with the strangest questions, Nancy.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Valet!
Apparently he got spooked by the moving statue. Who would have thought? Okay. So now that we know that that means alchemy. We gotta go all the way back downstairs. Into the basement. We're just lucky that we can actually get cell service down here. Okay. So first we need to make Aquafortis, which is 3 parts Spirit of Salt, 1 part Aqua. Vitriol. And nitro. Okay, that's the first one. Yeah, I'm lucky. I've seen quite a few playthroughs of this, and I know most of the puzzles and stuff. Otherwise, we would probably be here for quite a while. Like I said at the start, this game has a lot of puzzles, and yeah. Okay, so that one is what? Yeah, mercury. So how do we make mercury? Burning cinnabar. Cinnabar, that was what we ran into in Scarlet Hand. The Scarlet Hand was made from cinnabar. I remember because it said, yeah, cinnabar has mercury in it, so it's highly toxic. And I was like, oh, delightful. Burning cinnabar, so that one plus fire. Nice. And then that's distilled vinegar. No, yeah. Last one. Vinegar Hepatis. Sulfur. Salmoniac. Burning limestone. I think it's just quicklime, sulfur. No. There we go. We had to distill it. Okay, whew. We made it, chat. Getting close to the end of the game, which is good because I've only got
This
about
looks like some kind of
a
medieval
little over 20
forge.
minutes.
Looks like a chunk of metal. This looks like some kind of ancient mold.
It do.
You're one big drink of water, aren't you?
Come on, Nancy. Bonk.
Whoa. Sounds like the big guy out there just took a step. Looks like some winds are stronger than others.
Solo no futuro. Okay. So we got the north and the south winds, so now we can only be blown left and right. So as long as we stay on one of these, we should be good. Hell yeah.
It sounds like air is going to the forge.
Sounds like there's a gas leak in the forge.
A keyhole.
Okay, we can read various of these books if we need clues, but we know what we're doing. Okay, so we've got the water turned on, we got the air turned on, we got the oil fixed, so now we just need to go light the forge. We're getting there, chat. Yeah, no kidding.
Hello?
Hi, it's Ned.
Hey, Ned, what's up?
Oh boy, this
Could
guy
say I've
again.
been studying and needed a break, but the truth is I've been dying to hear from you. What's going on there?
What isn't going on here?
I'm listening.
This place may look like a staid English manor, but it's really just one big fun house.
Why do you say that?
Because every time I turn around, there's another door that I have to figure out how to open. This one door went to a slide that took me back down to the first floor.
No kidding.
And behind the last door I found, I discovered this old forge.
Forge? Isn't the thing you use to heat metal and make swords and stuff?
Right.
So what are you going to do now?
Well, actually, the forge looks like something I saw in this strange book Jane has in her room, which means I should probably check it out more thoroughly.
Probably hasn't been used for centuries.
That's the thing. It looks like it has been used recently. I mean, relatively recently. Certainly within the past 50 years or so.
What would someone be using a forge to make in this day and age?
There was also this big keyhole in the lab.
What about a key?
No key.
Well, there you go. Maybe that's what has to be forged.
The key that goes in that keyhole?
That'd be my guess.
I'll talk to you soon.
I'll be waiting.
Nancy blowing off her boyfriend for the 100th time. Hi, Jane. Mind if I look at... Don't start, Jane, or I'm going to be singing that song all day long, too. The page we need is right here, which I'm going to take a picture of. Okay, now we need to go and find those symbols on the Penvillin coat of arms, and then write them down. So, let's see. Starting over here with Mr. Randolph. Okay. So his... I'm just gonna move this over here in front of me where I can see it. Okay, so Randolph's the meteor. He is a plus. Which is different from this one, which has the teardrop. The teardrop is just a vertical line. Then, let's see. The book is another plus. Then, so remember what he said, that every other generation skips, although these two are kind of back to back. Alright, Rainbow, shout out to Pride Month, is the right side, like so. And then this one... Oh yeah, this is the letter T, which is right there, which is that direction. And let's see, there's Eleanor with her Gryffindor madoodle going on there, just like so. Oh, and then Corbin, which is again interesting. Oops, not that. Corbin's is right here, which has that sun thingy, which is a minus. And let's see. There's this lady. I think this is Penelope, maybe. She has the unicorn, or Pegasus, I suppose. Okay. And on the other side of the hall. No, not you. Here's Brigitte, who has a plus. Hers must be the star. Of course, she likes looking at the stars. And then we have Edward, I believe, who has... Which one is he? He's the guy pointing. And there's the adventurer, Alan, or Alan's. Okay, that was weird. What did I just... Thought I lost my game there for a second. He's got the mouth, which is like so. And the last one is the pergamentum, which is right here, and that's just a vertical line. Okay, so we've got what we need to make the key. Let's get down to the basement. Oh, and before we do that, we've got to... We've got to run around and light the forge first, which we can do now that the oil and everything else is done.
Try again.
Time has...
Whee!
There we go.
Whoa, something tells me I just succeeded in lighting the forge.
You sure succeeded in lighting off a big one there, Nancy. Okay. Alright, back to the forge. I think we're at the end of the game now. Nope, wrong way. R2, we need to be going down, not up. Oops. Whoops. That's up. Okay. Slow down. That's one. That's two. Okay. There we go. We're into forge. No, thank you.
The forge is lit. Wow, molten metal.
You're right, Nancy. It is pretty lit. Alright. No. I can never remember how to do this thing. I always do it wrong. So let's try punching out
plugs, I can
the
create
shapes.
different patterns in the mold.
I can't remember if I'm supposed to make it a negative image or a positive image. So we'll try punching out all the shapes. And if that doesn't work, we'll just reverse everything. Okay, let's try that.
There, that looks right.
Alright, first time, chat. Okay, who's ready for the end of the game? Let's see what's behind
I need a special key.
this keyhole.
Whatever you just found, it's mine. I'm the pendulum, not you. Besides, I would have found it before you did if I didn't have to sit there all day learning all that other silly rubbish. What is that?
Okay. I'm gonna let you finish, Shane, but yeah, molten metal is a forbidden soup. I remember seeing something on, I think it was Reddit once, that was like, somebody once asked a volcanologist or something, like, if you could drink lava, what would it be like? And they were like, well, first of all, you should never drink lava because it would kill you. But if you did, it would probably be about the consistency of, like, I think they said, like, pudding. So kind of runny, but kind of solid a little bit, too. So, yeah, that your comment just made me think of that. Anyway, yeah, here's the Penvillin treasure. There's actually kind of a little Easter egg for this. If you remember at the beginning of the game, when Nancy gets dropped off, the logo on the gate out front is actually, it's like a crescent moon with a couple little, like, metallic sections of it. So that's kind of hinting at the fact that the treasure is actually a meteorite.
Looks to me like a meteorite.
A little meteorite on the prairie.
600 years of secrets and mystery and puzzles, all because of a stupid rock? No way. There must be something under it.
No, don't touch it! Jane, I told you not to touch it.
Oh, Jane. Well, that's the game. Thanks for coming, everybody. See ya.
No, don't touch it!
Help! Nancy, help me! It's pitch black in here. I can't see anything. Get me out of here, please! I'm sorry I was mean to you before. I'm sorry for everything.
What do you mean by everything?
It's my fault Linda's sick. I mean, she's not really sick. I just made her think she is. I left that curse in her room and gave her allergy pills and put her medicine in a moisturizer.
Why?
I just wanted to go away. I just wanted to be Daddy and me and Mommy, my real Mommy. Please don't make me talk anymore, Nancy. There's no air in here. I can't breathe.
I've got to figure out a way to get that box off of her fast.
Well, how you doing, chat?
Nancy, hurry!
Should we read some of these notes? What do you think? Come on, flip through this book. Let's see what's in here. Aeolus, Master of the Winds. Ooh, I should read this whole book.
My dear initiate, Penelope Penvillin.
I agree, Nancy. This is fascinating. Look at all these cool weapons. Oh, another book. More letters. So yeah, basically if you get to this point and you haven't finished all the puzzles upstairs, it kind of tells you what to do.
No signal. No signal. No signal.
Yeah, if I did have a task list right now, now would be the perfect time to be like, check, that's done. Still have to do that. Well, alright, I guess let's go see what everyone else is up to, huh?
I can't leave yet. I can't leave yet. I can't leave yet.
Oh, okay, fine, Nancy.
I'm running out of air.
Oh, that's a shame. This guy does not really want to help, does he? Alright, Chad, we saved her.
Thank you.
Dear Ned, well, there is a beast of Blackmoor. Jane. She made poor Linda think she was turning into a monster by putting her uncle's hair restorer in Linda's moisturizer. She also slipped Mrs. Drake's allergy pills into Linda's food so she'd feel woozy all the time. An extremely dangerous thing to do. Needless to say, Jane's father was very upset, especially when he found out Jane had done it because she still wants him and her real mother to get back together. After Jane apologized to Linda and Hugh apologized to both of them, they all resolved to do whatever it takes to become a real family. As for Blackmoor Manor, ever since I told him about all the passageways and gadgetry I discovered, Hugh has become fascinated with his family history and has ordered Ethel to teach him what she's taught Jane. And while he doesn't believe for a second that the meteorite in that old alchemy lab has magical powers, he has encouraged Jane to come up with a puzzle to help ensure its safekeeping, just as initiates have been doing for centuries. Which reminds me, the Penvillins swore me to secrecy when it comes to all their traditions. So don't tell anybody any of this, okay? Nigel suspected something was up when he came to get his laptop and has been hounding me ever since. This is just the kind of stuff he'd love to include in that unauthorized tell-all he's trying to write. If he calls me one more time, I'm telling on him. to Mrs. Drake. That'll teach him. Ever yours, Nancy.
Now, I think I may be wrong, but the only award I've ever seen at the end of this case is Sluthior Druis. So I'm thinking they may have just not had time, and they may have just put only one award in this game. Yeah, for all around super sleuthing. So I'm pretty sure that every playthrough I've watched, everybody has always gotten this same award. Or maybe it's just one that's really common and some of the other ones are harder to get. Like, you know, maybe there's one for eating all the food or something. I don't really know. But to my knowledge, if I had to guess, I would say that this is the only one for this game you can get. Still pretty cool. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, that's Blackmoor Manor. Now, let's see what Nancy's next case is going to be.
The year is 1930, and everything is on the rise. Unemployment, government breadlines, and organized crime. In the midst of it all, a heroine is born. Armed with only a flashlight, a blue roadster, and a spirited resourcefulness, a 16-year-old detective will go on to inspire hope in the hearts of young girls and kisses upon the lips of evildoers everywhere.
That's Photoshop.
Her name? Nancy Drew.
What? You're telling me Nancy Drew is the main character in the next game? I don't believe it. Yeah, apparently. Supposedly Nancy's like a teenager in all of these games, which for one, doesn't really make sense, like how Nancy has time to go on all these fancy vacations like within a year or two of her life. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's just that Nancy... Ned broken up with Nancy? Not yet. I'm pretty sure they stay together through the entire series. I think I have not played the... At this point in time, it's the... most recent game, Midnight in Salem. I've heard in that game that they actually try to hook Nancy and Frank Hardy up. But I don't know. I haven't played that game myself. But maybe we'll get there eventually. We're on game 11, and that's game number 32, I think. So maybe we'll get there eventually. But yeah, as far as I know, Nancy and Ned stay together through the entire series. Whoa, double time. Yeah, there we go. Nancy Drew and Lulu the Parrot by Lenny Manella. We never got to hear them actually singing that song, did we? Hugh Penvillin, Tommy Tucker, and Alan Penvillin, with that hidden cameo by Shorty, by Jonah von Spreken. Alright. Well, that is Blackmoor Manor. Next up is Secret of the Old Clock. Yeah, I guess to go back to what I was saying earlier, the Nancy Drew games kind of exist in a not exactly solid time frame. So it's kind of like almost like the Legend of Zelda games, right? Like clearly these games are all different games that take place at different times, but technically you still play as the same person, and then Link, it's always like the same age in every game. Link and Nancy share a lot of common features, I guess you could say. Because yeah, this one is supposedly set in the 1930s, which is clearly way before this, you know, the modern times of these games, and she's still supposedly the same age. So maybe it's like the you know, the Legend of Zelda canon, where it's like, oh, you know, Link has a whole line of ancestors. Yeah, Legend of Nancy, there you go. But yeah, that'll be our next game. Again, I don't really know when we'll have time to play it, but we'll get to it at some point, and hopefully you will all join me then. Anybody watching live, thank you, I appreciate you. And anybody watching this later, I appreciate you as well. So yeah, look at that, we made it just perfectly perfectly exactly when I wanted to end. That was 3 hours and about 5 minutes. So, perfect. We're really speeding through these. Yeah, Old Clock should be fun. That's another one that I like. I think Blackmoor is probably one of my top 3 Nancy Drew games, just because of the spookiness and all the setting. The setting is quite nice, and again, the music is also quite good. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching, and I guess we will see you next time. Stay classy.